Stock market Christmas crash. How can they bring down inflation? How about they cause a crash in the stock market before Christmas? One of the biggest spending seasons of the year to cool down consumers from going out and spending money. And what if I told you that this was their plan all along? Guys, this is what we're going to discuss in today's video. We're going to go through the signals we are getting for a possible stock market crash this week and the possible outcomes if those signals are invalidated. We're also going to go through this chart over here. Now, I've introduced this to you last week, discussing how this trend line has been very strong support since the beginning of the year and how this can be strong support again last week, which has played out very nicely here. We managed to book in some very good profits. Now, what I want to discuss in this week's video, guys, is those boxes over here, because every time we had those boxes, something happened, and we'll go through in more detail in today's video. Guys, as always, if you do enjoy the video, please make sure you like it, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We do bring out the latest stock market analysis outlook every single Monday morning, discussing the week ahead. And guys, we have a very special end of year video to come out next week. So make sure you subscribe, because you will have an overview of 2022 as well as useful tips and tricks for 2023 for the year ahead. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that. Let's start off by discussing the chart in front of us. And guys, before I start, can I just say that every single time a crash happens, the market makers, they like to induce, they like to suck in a lot of buyers before they actually go on and sell off the market. Okay. And normally when a crash happens, it happens slowly and then all of a sudden. And in regards to the all of a sudden, it happens all of a sudden because of an unexpected event or a catalyst that happens out of nowhere, that occurs out of nowhere. And we've seen that a number of times this year. So in terms of the crash itself, it normally happens either with a consolidation, looking at those boxes over here, we happens either with a consolidation and then a big move down, and then we either a consolidation, what we had here at the end of March, we had a consolidation, then a move higher to do what? To induce a lot of buyers before they go in and crash the market. Same here at the beginning of June, we had the consolidation and then the catalyst, the CPI print back in 10th of June, where we had a big crash following this consolidation. Same here at the end of July, beginning of August, we had the consolidation, then the move higher here to again induce a lot of buyers, and then the big drop down from there. And it's very similar, guys, very similar where we are at the moment. We had a big move from a big rally from the lows here, and guys, we predicted those lows here. Okay, we told you in the videos that we posted every single week, we told you at that time that we were looking for buys all the way down here. We've been 100% spot on with this. Guys, make sure you subscribe and be notified about the videos that we post. Very useful content. Make sure you don't miss out on the videos that we post. We had the big rally from the lows, we had the consolidation, we had the move higher here, and guys, trust me, a lot of people have bought up here right when they saw the close of this candlestick here. A lot of people bought up here. Now, what did we tell you to do? What did we advise you to do? Or what did we say we were going to do? Is that we said that we were looking for sales over here, mainly because of this trend line and because of the fundamentals that we discussed in last week's video, guys. So if you haven't watched last week's video, make sure you go back and check that out. A lot of useful information down there. So we've had the consolidation, we've had the move higher, and now we're slowly melting down. Now all it's missing is an unexpected event, a catalyst to bring us down to the lows. And what can be the catalyst? Well, if we look at the economic data for the week, guys, it's self-explanatory. Okay, so if we look at the news coming out this week, we have CPI data coming out on Tuesday. Now, this is one of the most important economic data of the month, guys. This is going to be crucial. Okay, and then this will be followed by the FOMC meeting on Wednesday evening UK time, 7 p.m. UK time, guys. Now we already know that they are going to raise rates by 50 basis points. But what can cause the crash? And there's two reasons here that we may crash following the FOMC meeting, or prior to the meeting actually. Now, how about let's go back up to the CPI data here and just look at it for a second. So the expectation is that we'll get a 7.3% CPI print or lower. So if we get a 7.3 CPI print or lower than that, most likely the stock market will rally on Tuesday. Now, and then it's all up to the Fed on Wednesday to come out very aggressively and talk down that rally. Okay, they will have to come in very aggressively and talk down the rally. Otherwise, the stock market will rally into year-end. No question about that. Okay, what if we get a higher than expected CPI print? So what if we get a 7.4, 7.5? Okay, we may see a crash. I mean, we will see a definite sell-off in the stocks for sure. Not sure the extent to that. The extent of that will be up to the Fed to decide. Okay, which most probably will come in very hawkish, and they will crash it even further. But what if we get a very hot number, guys? What if we get an 8.5%? If that happens, guys, you need to be ready for this. If that happens, normally what the Fed will do, okay, to surprise, to get the market ready for Wednesday, is that they will communicate to their whisperer that they won't raise by 50 basis points. They will raise it by 75 basis points because inflation is getting out of control. And if that happens, guys, we will read as the lows on Wednesday or Tuesday even. Okay, if they come out and say that. So the shock there, okay, will be raising by 75 basis points, following a hotter than expected CPI. So most probably the sell-off will be very aggressive on Tuesday, followed by Wednesday, which will be even more aggressive. Now, if we get a lower than expected CPI print, and then the Fed comes in and says, listen, we are not going to raise rates. Okay, this is the last time we raise the rates. We're going to stop here because inflation is cooling down and we've done our job. If they come and say that, okay, we'll see a big rally in the stock market. So it all depends on those two economic points. Also, guys, make sure you watch and you look out for the dot plot. Okay, we expect a Fed funds rate of 4 to 4.5%, 4 to 4.1.5% for 2023. If that comes in as expected, okay, the crash will accelerate. If that comes in lower, if they actually predict that they will cut rates next year, then we will rally from there. Okay, so make sure you watch out for that, guys. These are going to be the most important economic news for the rest of the year that will dictate whether we have the crash or we have the biggest rally going into year end. Now, a couple of things to show you here, guys, that a couple of articles here. First of all, this is an extract I've taken from an article that says that the S&P 500 has lost money 59% of the weeks this year, second only to 1931. Now below here shows what happens when stocks start the first week of December down more than 2%. Now remember, guys, last week we had a more than 3% down week. Okay, so we were down more than 3% for last week. In 1931, okay, the year with the most similar path, stocks closed down 14.5% down for the month. Guys, this was is crucial here. Okay, this is a big move. If this happens, okay, and it most likely will, okay, this is going to be a big drop. Okay, we've dropped over 3%. We have around 11 or so percent to drop, and that would be big, guys. That would be big. Most likely retesting the lows. Conditions favor a stock market crash this week. Now, you can just pause the video and look at this, guys. But 14.5% drop. Okay. That was very big. That was crucial there. Another article here, guys. It's from Gary Friedman here. This is the RH CEO. He said this last week. He said that one thing I'm certain of, the housing market is collapsing at a level I haven't seen since 2008. I haven't seen this kind of a drop since 2008. What happened in 2008, guys? We had the big the financial crisis. Okay, so it's every single crash, guys, occurs. Every single crash in the stock market and every single large crisis and recession starts off with a recession in the housing market, where people are not buying houses because of what? High interest rates. This looks like it's exactly what's going on at the moment, and if it is the case, then we'll see big drops in the stock market. So be aware on that. Be very careful on that, guys. Now let's move on and look at the chart. So if we let's start off by looking at the S&P 500, the US 500 here. And guys, here we finally had our sell signal right off this trend line here. A couple of confirmations to sell right here at the top, and I hope you did take advantage of that. Now, as we are just working off those sell signals that we've got, what are we looking for to add more sell positions here? Well, I'm looking for, guys, I'm looking for a close, an 8-hour close below this liquidity zone over here, below 3,900. Now 3,900 is a psychological support, very strong support level. So closing below this level, it will accelerate the selling, most likely all the way down. Now in terms of taking profits, guys, the first take profit will be right here at the first IC here. We'll be just filling this IPA in, and we'll be right here at 3,338.25 or so. If we go below these, guys, then we can certainly retest the lows. Okay, we can certainly go down and retest the lows, either this year, this month, or at the beginning of next year. Next, we got UK 100, guys, and we discussed last week. Guys, we had this is perfect here. So we had a perfect play out of the daily IC here, and we did mention on our Discord community, okay, that even though we broke this trend line, okay, a retest was difficult to hold here, because we've had our sell signal on the MACD. So we said that the trend line here may not hold, and indeed it did not hold. We closed below, and we're trying to go above it here. We seem to have some strong support here from the 20 EMA. However, I don't think this will hold. It all depends on the economic data. Now, in terms of the first take profit levels here, guys, if you did take advantage and sold right here at the top, will be right here at 7165 or so. Okay, at this IC here, we have filled those IPA in. Okay, this IPA here in. And perhaps we can buy here long term. Just depends of what the charts are showing us at that point. But as it stands, guys, you can see here, we discussed last week how we wanted to see a break of the 20 and the 50 on the 8-hour time frame. That's exactly what happened. We had we broke below the 20, broke below the 50 EMA, and now we are retesting that from the bottom. Okay, and this should act as some strong resistance. Now the stop loss should be right above this area here, because if we do close above it, this was a fake break, and we are going to possibly take out the liquidity here on the daily. So watch out for that. Be careful. On the DAX here, Germany 40 here, Now what we have here, guys, it's a big consolidation. And let me just start with the weekly here, because we discussed how last week we closed in as a doji, and I said that we close in as a doji and we just need to see what happens, what the decision is. Are we going to get, are the buyers going to take control, or are the sellers going to take control of the market? And it looks like the sellers are looking to take control of the market here, perfectly as we hoped they would do so. Now, guys, we are in a big consolidation. We are right at this daily IC here. What I'm looking for, again, by looking at the 8-hour time frame, guys, we saw a break below the 20 and the 50, okay, and now it's looking like we want to go above it. So it looks like this was a fake break. What I'm looking for, to be clear that this is indeed going to be a move lower, I need to see a candlestick close below this box here, preferably on the 8-hour or the daily time frame. If we do see that, then most likely it will accelerate the selling and go all the way down. Now, in terms of the first take profit zone here, guys, will be this 8-hour time frame here, this 8-hour IC right at around 13,150. Now you can take some profits here, okay, at 13.7, and then the remaining at 13.150 or so. And these are my only two take profits for now. Let's see how the market responds to that, and then we'll make further decisions based on that. However, guys, if we see a candlestick close above this area here, most likely is looking to clear this liquidity. But if it goes higher, then I'm looking for it to come into this daily IC at around 15,107. Now that's very unlikely, but guys, anything can happen in the stock market, so you have to be prepared for both scenarios. Next, we get US 30, and it's exactly the same story here, guys. We had a doji, and now decision made, hopefully to the downside here on the weekly. Now looking at the daily here, guys, there's two things that I'm looking for. So guys, this played out perfectly out of this 4-hour IC over here. Now again, guys, we are in a consolidation stage here. We've been consolidating for quite a while here, all waiting for this data. But if we look at the 8-hour time frame here, guys, we closed below the 20 and the 50, and now we are retesting that. So this should be nice resistance here. So all I'm looking for, if we can close below this consolidation here on the 8-hour, then hopefully it will accelerate the selling to the downside. Now if we close above it, the stop loss should be around somewhere here. If we close above here, then we're going higher. Okay, so it's just one of those things that most probably the economic data will decide what happens next. Be careful of fake moves. That's what we need to see, a candlestick close either here or here to give us the correct confirmation of the direction of this move. Now in terms of take profit, guys, I'm looking for the price to come all the way down here, guys. There's this IC here at around 30,490 that I would like the price to get to. Okay, and this would be a nice buying opportunity. The price indeed makes it there. However, be aware of this IC here sitting at 32,155, because that can be also a point where they may want to push the prices higher. I don't think if they do crush it, I think they will crush it all the way down. I don't think they will stop here. Okay, but just be aware of that and take some profits here if you can, and then you can add some more if we do close below this. One thing that I'm looking for, it's, you can see here, there's an IC here sitting right here. Okay, yeah, this one 3160 here on the 2 hours. Okay, so this would be nice as a nice perhaps buying opportunity if price ever makes it all the way down there. We have to wait and see. Next we get US 100 here, the NASDAQ, guys, and here again we had there's a big consolidation going on here. Okay, we had a perfect reaction out of this 4-hour IC, perfect reaction, guys, here. I hope you could take advantage of this. And now we are simply consolidating a big range, in a big consolidation range over here. What I'm looking for a close below or above here. At the moment, you can scalp, you can do scalping in terms of this channel that we have here, but in terms of long-term trading, guys, we need to see a close here, either below 11,440 or above this level here, above this IC, for a clear direction. Looks like the move is down, just looking at all the fundamental data. But anything, as I said, anything can happen here in the stock market this way, guys. Big consolidation, as you see. In terms of take profit, well, we need to fill this IPA, so first take profit will be here. But I think, in my opinion, I think we'll just retest those lows and perhaps make a new low here on the NASDAQ. Most probably, if we do close lower here, most probably that will happen. Otherwise, if we do go higher, our first take profit will be around here at this daily IC of 12,640 or so. It will be our first take profit. Guys, the VIX, this is very, very important here, and we discussed this over the last couple of weeks, and it's all about the VIX, guys. Okay, it's all about the VIX. Why? We called the top here, okay, very close to calling the top a couple of weeks back, at the beginning of October. 100% spot on with this call. Again, if you don't believe us, go back and check our previous videos. We never delete any videos, and we are 100% spot on with this call that we made here. Now, I also made a call last week saying that, listen, guys, every time this year the VIX has gone below 20, okay, back here in August and back here in March, we saw what? We saw a big rally, a big spike in the VIX, and it looks like this is exactly what's happening now. Okay, so if we do get the VIX back to around 35, I don't think this time will hold. I think the VIX, if we do go above 30 this time, guys, then we can go all the way to 50, and that's where the real capitulation will come in. So watch this very closely. We do have two gaps, okay, two gaps here to be filled, three gaps here, sorry, to be filled. So they may try to fill this at the beginning of the week, but if not, they can just go higher, guys. There's too much going on in the market right now. There's too much, there's recession fears. There's way too many things going on that it's too much fear coming back into the market, and that will put a lot of pressure on the stock market. So watch out very closely. Okay, watch the VIX very, very closely. But if this spikes higher, I don't think this 35 level will hold. I think we go a lot higher than that to see some real capitulation, okay, in the stock market. Next, we get the DXY here, and we've mentioned this on our Discord community. We discuss how we are right at the daily IC here, and we are consolidating here. Now, there's two scenarios here. Either we close above this level, and then we go and clear all the liquidity above here and into this daily IC here at 109.5, or if we do close below this level here, guys, this IC here, then we're most probably going to retest this weekly IC here at 103.100 or so, which will also find some support from this trend line here. Now, going back to the daily here, guys, we have a buy signal confirmed. Okay, we need one more green day here to fully confirm that this is a true buy signal, and if this is indeed a true buy signal, then that will again put a lot of pressure on the stock market. So watch out for that. Next, guys, we got the GBPUSD. We got GBPUSD here, and this is very bullish. Okay, we talked how they like to clear the liquidity above. Well, that this has already happened, and unless we see a close below this level here on the daily, then I believe that we can go all the way up to 125-200 or so at this daily IC here. So I'll monitor this very closely, but unless we get some strength in the dollar, which looks very likely that it will happen, okay, then we can get all the way up to 125 or so. And if we lose this level, guys, we can go all the way back, fill this IPA, and as the first TP, take profit will be 1.15-200 or so. Okay, right here. Next, guys, we get gold, and gold, I mean, just look at this here. We literally just about cleared that liquidity resting above, and then we pulled all the way down. Now guys, there's a lot of transactions are being made right at this level here, I can tell you that. So there's a big move coming in gold. We just need to be prepared and see which direction this will go to. If we see a close higher here, if we see a close higher, a candlestick close above, then I can see us going all the way to 1950 or so, guys. Clear all the liquidity that is resting above here and just pushing gold, you know, quite extreme here to 1950. Now, if we do close below, okay, 1735 or so, and then that's it. We're going all the way down to clear this liquidity resting below here, below 1612 or so. So those are the two possible scenarios here, guys. Lastly, we need to talk about Bitcoin. Now, guys, Bitcoin here is literally just consolidating, waiting for the next big move. As we've been discussing on this channel, all we're looking for is a 12.5. We have a nice IC resting here that can possibly define the bottom in Bitcoin. For now, not getting that. There's not a lot of liquidity flowing in here, but a big move should be coming out very soon, guys. So have your alert set in and be ready for this. Now, guys, before I finish here, just wanted to say that there is no clear path to what will happen this week in the stock market. So you have to be prepared for this. You have to be prepared for both bullish and bearish scenarios, okay? Don't make long-term decisions, okay, at the beginning of the week. Wait for this to cool down a bit and then make your long-term decisions. You can obviously do, scalping intraday or so, but be very careful. Now, in terms of looking at fundamental analysis, there's a lot of fundamentals telling us that we will have a recession in 2023 in the US. And with that, we will have a lot of pressure on the stock market. So you have to be prepared for that. Don't go in buying long term. Even if we see a rally this week, be very careful, okay, long term, because the stocks will feel the pressure coming into 2023. That's it from me this week, guys. If you haven't done so, please visit our website where you can find out more about the trading courses, the mentoring courses we offer. We offer one-to-one mentorship courses, and you can also go and join our free Discord community, guys. We do offer one-to-one. Where is it? We do offer a free Discord community for traders. It's very popular. So go and request your free access now. Thank you very much, guys, and I hope you have a great trading week.